Hey there, model railroaders. Welcome to Vintage Road and Rail. It's been a while since I've uploaded a video. Just been really busy, and it's been even longer since I've run anything on this layout here. I haven't run anything on it in all of November. Well, I don't know about November, but definitely not in December or January. Big reason for that is this layout was stored in that closet right there for December for the club's open house. And January, I've just been so busy, I haven't even had the chance to get up here. So what I decided to do was last night come up here, and my daughter come to help me because it's a little bit more than one person can handle to drag it out of that room there. So we got it pulled out and set up. And today I figured I would come up here and run some trains on it, but the track was filthy. So I went and picked up a track bright. One of these little bright boys, I think is what they are. You can tell it's pretty dirty. And I cleaned all of the track on the layout, and now trains are running better. But as I was looking at this layout, and then from this point forward, I apologize if I sound like I don't know what I'm talking about, or if I'm just kind of spitballing because I'm making this up as I go. But, I feel like I run a marathon too. But anyway, as I was cleaning the track, I was noticing a few things. And one of the things I had already noticed was when I pulled this layout out of the closet, it had got roughed up a little bit. You can see the side is scuffed up because I kind of had to drag it out of there. And also, too, at some point, trees had fallen off. There's 4 of them. This had happened before I moved it. Now, I didn't move it into the closet. The club did that, and I told them it was okay because I knew it needed to be out of the way for the open house. But those had fallen off, and I'm not 100% sure where they came from. I know one was here. Well, there was other things that I had noticed. Some of these lights were already on the way out, but a couple others have now quit. This one is pushed over. The light that's inside this building comes on when it wants to. These two, I don't know if all three, actually 3 of them, you see the ones in frame here. That one looks like it's not even lit right there through the camera. That's weird. And same for this one. I wonder if it's the light frequency or something. But anyway, these 2 here are not working, and I'm not sure if they weren't before or not. But other things I had noticed, the little stack to this is missing. Let's see, what else was it? This little piece, I'm not sure where that came from. And there were some other little small pieces that I'd noticed were missing. And then there were other issues that I had already known about. This thing here doesn't work. It's supposed to have like a diesel engine sound, but that's long been broken. And this is just all beat up. And I believe this used to be a water tower. Well, it's long gone. Whatever building was here is not. And it was like that when I got it. Same with this. Another thing is the little temporary building that one of the club members put here just to hide this. But what covers the motor is long gone. And whatever we've got here is missing. And I don't know if anything was ever in that corner. But then even with the corners, when you look at them, the turf is gone. You see a lot of bare spots. You see a lot of dust. You see a lot of dirt. This thing is in need of a restoration. So with that in mind, I'm of a couple of thoughts. It needs to be restored to some degree. Part of me is almost like scrape the thing, all of it, scrape all of it off, come all the way back down to the bare plywood and rebuild it from the ground up using the same, I think it's a Waterfront Western track plan. I've got the book for it at home somewhere. Using the same track plan, using nickel silver track, and building it all the way back up. You know, putting some foam on the top and just starting completely over. Maybe preserving some of my favorite buildings on here and reincorporating them. And just, like I said, start over. Another track as I could take is partially restoring it. And in doing that, there's a couple of different things. Get rid of this, scrape off all the, except maybe for the roads, scrape off all this turf, just get it all out of there and redo it. Redo all this, this rock here. I'm not going to fool with ballasting this. I'm just not. Maybe replace this guy, and this is going to go, and this apartment building could go. They're both, this and this are N-scale buildings. They don't really belong here. And that little German looking building there on the corner, get rid of that. Another thing I could do, and that would be just leaving the track as is. Maybe replace this turntable with a new one, with maybe a more modern motor that's hopefully not as loud, as annoying as that one is. Another thing I could do, potentially, is remove everything except the cork road bed. Leave the cork road bed there. I mean, it's glued down pretty dang solid. I'll probably have a heck of a time getting it up. But let me see if I can find, if you can get in here, right there, you can tell that this track was nailed down instead of glued down. So this track should be able to easily come up. And I might be able to just replace it with some nickel silver track, because some of the problems I am getting is, like, for instance, this is the over on this control board, this is switch number 4. It works when it wants to. It's working for the moment, but sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. The other thing is this control panel. Maybe it's time to redo it. Move this chair out of the way. I've already had to replace this, so maybe it's just time to replace all of this. And then under here, maybe we just need to rewire it. Look at that. That is a mess of wiring. You know, could that be done neater and more efficient to where that it doesn't look horrid and take up so much space? So what I'm thinking of doing is, and I'll try to post a link down in the description, is on my channel's page, there's a community section. And I'm thinking of putting up a poll and seeing what folks think that I would, would be a good track to follow. Should I scrape it all off and then just start with the track plan and rebuild it all the way up, putting some 1 or 2 inch foam on top? Or should I scrape everything off, preserve the buildings that I like the most, leave the, oh, for crying out loud, cork road bed in place, but replace it with nickel silver code 100 track, all new switches, and maybe redo the wiring, the lighting system, everything. Maybe use the Just Plug wiring system for buildings and lights by Woodland Scenics? Or should I just come in, replace what's broken, make a few other changes, and then just make the whole thing look better? I know which one's probably the easiest. That would be the third option. And if I go with that first option, scrape it all off and start over again, it's an almost what's the point type of thing, but that might be the best option too. I don't know. But that would leave me with just the base, and that's it. So anyway, I'm going to kind of wrap this up here, but this is just when I came and cleaned the track. That's kind of what I was thinking, and I was just looking at this, and I'm like, I love the vintage nature of it. And my original thought was to just leave it alone, but I think I'm doing myself and the layout a disservice by letting it just sit here and degrade. But I don't know if I'm doing the layout a good service if I just scrape it all off and start over. So maybe there's a good middle ground. So leave down in the comments. Let me know what you think. What would you do, if you were in my position? I mean, obviously the decision is up to me, and I'll make a decision on it, but, just kind of want to see what the community might think. All right, so let me go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you very much, model railroaders, for your time and watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure and hit that like button. If you're looking forward to seeing what I do next with this layout, hit subscribe and the notification bell. That way you'll be alerted as to when I start working on this layout and when I put up another video. Well, all right, model railroaders, thanks for watching. Happy model railroading. Take care.